Okay, good morning, grade 11s. Good morning, grade 10s, choosing grade 11 courses. This slideshow or this presentation would normally be done in the cafeteria during course options assemblies, but being that this is a different year, I've decided to record this and post it along with several different online references to help you with course selection. So let's get started. What you should have in front of you before you choose your courses is the Bramley course offerings, which I've sent as an additional attachment on the Google Classroom. That lists all the courses available for grade 11 that you can choose from. You will need to determine the two compulsory courses you need, which are English and Math in grade 11. You choose at what level you're taking them, and what the 6 optional courses you're going to take based on what pathway you're looking to get into an interest. And I will say that grade 11 is probably the most important year to choose courses because this is when your pathway really has to be solidified. If you're going to university, you have to be choosing university-based courses or M-based courses. And if you're going to college, then you should look at the college level. So in grade 11, we move from academic and applied into those university and college-based courses. And a lot of the universities and colleges look at grade 11 marks for early acceptance. So next year is very important to you. So as a reminder, high school is a 4-year program. Within those 4 years, you will get 30 credits, 18 of the compulsory courses you have to take as mandated by the Ontario government, and 12 of them are optional based on what your pathway and interest is. You will also need 40 hours of community service and successfully complete the literacy test, of which hopefully, fingers crossed, you will do this year in the spring. Up until now, so these are the compulsory courses you require, and I've shown check marks to show which courses you should have gotten by now. So by the end of grade 10, you need 4 English credits in total. By the end of grade 10, you should have achieved 2 of them, as indicated by those check marks. You should have received 2 of your math credits, both your science credits, your art credit, your geography, your history, your French, your careers, your civics, and your phys ed. So really, the only things that you can see that you need are your English and math next year. Additionally, to graduate in your compulsory courses, you need 1 credit from each of these boxes. So you need a credit in either an additional art, business, phys ed, co-op, French. Okay, you also need 1 in either Canadian World Studies, English, and by English I mean writer's craft or media, social science, French, international languages, guidance, co-op, and 1 in either a senior tech, any level tech, computer studies, French, or co-op. Okay, so as you go through, it's important to check in Myblueprint that you have checked off these compulsory requirements so you're not stuck in grade 12 having missed, a senior science or tech that you need to go back and take. As you move through the grades, you know that your optional credits have become more expansive. You're able to choose more optional credits. In grade 11 this year, you will get to choose 6 of them, again, based on the pathway that you wish to take after high school. So in grade 11, you need your English and your math. You choose at what level you take them. If you are planning to go to university, you need to take English at the university level. You do not, however, need to take math at the university level. That depends what pathway you're taking in terms of interest. If you're interested in going to university for business or science or engineering, then math obviously is a prerequisite. And I would highly suggest you look at Myblueprint and do some research as to whether if you need a grade 12 U math. If you are in grade 11, these are the courses you need to take: your English and your math, your grade 11 French immersion, FIF 3UO, your grade 11 Histoire, CHT 30V, and you can choose between either leadership, GPP 30V, or phys ed, PPL 30V. They're both open level courses. It's just based on your interest. Would you rather take, phys ed in French or leadership in French? On top of that, you have room for 3 optional courses. Grade 11 is the year when you can become part of the Specialist High Skills Major program. If you are already in the transportation sector, the regional program in grade 9 and 10, then you will automatically move into the specialist high skills major. At least you should, if that's still your interest. But we also have spots for students who may want to start it in grade 11. So regardless of whether you've been in the regional program, transportation program in grade 9 or 10, you could start the specialist high skills major program in grade 11. And what this is, it's grade 11 or 12 courses tailored to the truck and coach or automotive sector. And ours is specific to truck and coach. Okay, you will require skills and work habits, and you will be recognized on your high school diploma by having a red seal that shows you're more qualified than anybody else in Ontario in terms of that field transportation. There's 5 components of a schism. There is a bundle of grade 11 and 12 courses you need to take. There's 2 in grade 11 and there's 2 in grade 12 that are the core. And then there's other credits that go along. You are also required to take a co-op, a 4-credit co-op. If you know that you don't have room for that in grade 12, you may not want to do this. Okay, and that's hard if you're taking a university pathway. If you're taking university pathway, you would have to take a summer school co-op, which is a 2-credit. So again, you can take a 2 or a 4-credit co-op, but we only offer the 4-credit. So our kids who plan on going to college or the workplace or an apprenticeship are fine with 4-credit. But if you're taking the transportation program and looking at engineering, then you'll want to take a 2-credit summer school co-op. You also get 7 sector certifications like your WMIS, your first aid, your brakes, working from heights. Those are all things that we pay for. You'll have experiential learning and reach ahead experiences where you go out to different workplaces and colleges to explore. If you're choosing the specialist high skills major for transportation, then the courses you need are English and math, and you need to choose the 2 transportation courses, the TTT 3CH and the TTT 3CH. Okay, plus 4 optional courses. So again, if you are looking to the specialist high skills major in transportation, if you are a regional student, or if you're looking to start it new, these are the courses you need to choose. When you're choosing your academic level for your courses, please think about your commitment to academic success. Okay, how committed are you to getting the marks that you need? Your teacher and counselor recommendations. If you don't know what level you should be taking a particular course, you should ask your teacher in that course. If you don't know what level math you should be taking based on your performance, ask your teacher for that help. You should look at your academic achievement so far. If you have a 53 in grade 10 academic math, you may not choose to take the grade 11 university. 53 means you might not have the foundation that's necessary to be successful in the grade 11. But do you need it for a university program? Look at your destination. Do you need the courses you're taking at the level you're taking them? And be realistic. Generally, grade 10 academic will lead to a grade 11 university course or grade 11 mixed course. Grade 10 applied generally moves to mixed or grade 11 college. And grade 10 locally developed leads to grade 11 essential courses. There's always issues with grade 11 math. If you took MAT2LO, locally developed math, your pathway will be MEL3EO. That's the essential math course in grade 11. If you took MFM2PO, you have a choice. You can go into the college level grade 11 math, MBF3CO, or the mixed level math, MCF3MO. I would suggest you take the MCF3MO only if you have 70% or over in grade 10 applied level math. Having said that, I will say that the MCF3MO, the only university grade 12 math course that leads to is data management. And data management cannot be used for many programs at university. It can be used for business programs, but science programs, engineering programs, it cannot. They're looking for you to have the grade 12 functions, which you can only take if you take grade 11 functions. Okay, if you took the MCR 2DO, then you can look to move to the MCR 3UO. Again, I would suggest you only do this pathway provided you got over 70% in MCR 2DO. I think that should be MCF 2DO. So what is your pathway? Are you going to work, to college, to an apprenticeship, to university after grade 12? So you know what you need. If you plan on going to university, you need a minimum of 6 grade 12 U or M courses, and English is mandatory for every program. Okay? Other programs will have different requirements. A science program will ask you for, biology, chemistry, possibly physics, functions, possibly calculus at the grade 12 level. Okay, where a social science program will just ask you for English plus 5 other grade 12 or UM courses. College is typically based on prerequisite courses, and they can be different for everything. Nursing will require you to have grade 12 college level English, grade 12 college level biology, grade 12 college level chemistry. At college, if you're doing something in transportation, it may ask for transportation courses or a math course. If you're doing an applied degree at college, and what that is a degree that's offered by a college. So the reason that those were created was because employers went to the government and said that, the kids coming out of university have tons of theoretical knowledge, but they really lack hands-on skills. So the government allowed the colleges to create degree programs at their facilities in order to facilitate with hands-on training. To get into those programs, you still need 6th grade 12 UM courses. The prerequisites are the same. Sometimes the averages to get into them are a little bit lower, but they have great hands-on and co-op experiences. And they tend to have much smaller classes and smaller facilities. So again, they're applied degrees held at a college. Some colleges only have that degree. For example, Sheridan, with a lot of their art and animation, they have very specific degrees to them that you're not going to find at any university. The last place you can go is an apprenticeship or work. A lot of our specialist high skills major kids or truck and coach kids move directly into apprenticeships or into the workforce. And for that, I would suggest planning on taking co-op or the youth apprenticeship program in your grade 12 year. So, a lot of students say that they want to work in the healthcare industry. You need to look more specific at what field you want in the healthcare industry because there's so many different pathways into the same type of field. For example, medical radiant technologist is a college diploma program and one of the best paying college diploma programs in the province. If you wanted to go into health administration or kinesiology or bioethics, those are all university programs. Paramedicine is a joint degree and diploma. You do it at a university and a college and get both a degree and a diploma. Okay, if you want to do fitness and health promotion or addiction and mental health graduate or developmental services worker, those are things you can do as apprenticeships or college certificates. And personal trainer, you don't have to go anywhere. You can do that as entrepreneurship, as workplace. So the point of this slide is just to show you that when you pick an industry you want to work in, let's look specific as to the pathway to get you there. Because regardless of what you want to do, we will work with you to find a pathway that's most suitable. Another one that our students always ask about is a child and youth worker or social worker, right? They both work with children. If I give the example of a school setting, we have child and youth workers that work out of our contact program with kids. And then we have a social worker that works out of guidance with specific students. There's very different levels of education that you need to do that. So child and youth worker, you can do it as an apprenticeship or college, and social worker is a university degree, and you can go further and do a master's in that program and work within a school setting. So again, they're both working within a school setting with kids. However, there's very different pay grade to each of these. You can also move from a child and youth worker and then apply and do a bachelor program at social work. And you don't have to start in your first year. You'd start in your third year because you've already got the diploma. Okay, so again, work with your counselor to find pathways to the career that you want. So I just updated this year, and I did this because I think you'd be surprised at what the jobs are. So these are the Canada's top 25 jobs, and I have not listed them in terms of, nurse practitioners number 1. I've just put them random. These are jobs that not only pay well, but the growth is there so that these jobs will be available in the next few years. So you can see, from some of these jobs, nurse practitioner, dentist, pipe fitting supervisor, mining and quarry supervisor, power systems electrician, principal, financial manager. I'll give you a little bit of time to look through this, but what I wanted to point out is these are not all university professions. A lot of these are college professions. You look at elevator mechanic, there's very few schools that have elevator mechanic as a program, but those students come out making upwards of $80,000. And there's a huge industry for elevator mechanics because there's not a lot of programs that are spitting out graduates. So take a minute and have a look at this. Okay, moving on. Important points to remember. Choose your courses wisely. Ask your teachers, your friends about courses. Do not randomly choose classes. Choose 8 credits and then 1 alternate credit. You do not qualify for a spare in grade 11. Know your prerequisites. Okay, they will be very clear on Myblueprint. Make sure if you're choosing gym or weight room that you're choosing the one specific to your gender. PPL 30F is for female gym. PPL 30M is boys gym. PAF 30F is girls weight room. PAF 30M, male, is boys weight room. Important points to remember. You should have over 70% in grade 10 academic math should you wish to continue to MCR 3UO. And I only say that because the mark that you will need coming out of MCR 3UO to get into a university program will have to be over 70. Okay, you should have 70% in 2PO to consider taking the MCF 3MO. Your grade 11 choices directly affect your grade 12 options. So having said that, an example would be if you did not take grade 11 physics next year and you realize too late you need grade 12 physics, well, you can't take grade 12 physics without the grade 11. And now you've left that. Now you need to do it in summer school, or the grade 12, you'll be taking the 11 and the 12. So please make sure that you know that these grade 11 choices can directly affect your grade 12 options. And universities will look at your grade 11 marks. Get your volunteer hours done early. I know that that's hard to do right now. I have posted some things up on the Google Classroom, but as many as you can do, get them done. Summer school comes out as early as March. If you pass one increase in mark, which I would not recommend in grade 10, I don't think that it's as beneficial to you unless you're trying to get more knowledge. For example, if you think that you didn't do as great in math as you think you do and want more knowledge before you take the grade 11, then I agree with that for sure. But, if you think that you got an 85 in English and you think getting a 90 will help you get into a program, that's not the case. Schools don't look at grade 10 marks. Okay, and 2-week makeups only exist if you get a mark below 50 and above 35. Okay, if you just want to upgrade, you're taking a full month course. Okay, 2-week courses are only for makeup courses if you did not pass. Keep looking at the Google Classroom. That's where I post volunteer opportunities, work opportunities, activity level forms. If you're being part of any clubs right now, I know there's a lot of clubs still going on, the STEM club, the coding club. You get points for those. And in grade 12, when you graduate, if you have enough points, you'll be awarded a Bramley letter at commencement. Also, the volunteer forms are up there, an electronic version for you to be able to fill out and send to your counselor. How do you choose your courses? Myblueprint. Okay, so you have used this now for a few years. You know how it works. However, I am posting a tutorial on Myblueprint as well. In addition to this video, there's only one significant change in Myblueprint, and that is at the end, instead of printing off a verification sheet, you send it to your parents for approval through email. That way there's not paper passing around, and there's no one for you to give a paper to right now. So it allows us to keep everything online. I will make note that the window will open this Wednesday, January the 13th at 8:30, and the window will close Friday, January 29th at 3 o'clock. Courses are time-stamped. The earlier you get your options in, the more likely you will to get into those courses. So for example, if you want transportation in grade 11, and I only offer 2 sections of transportation, that means only the first 42 students will be getting that course. The rest I will be giving their alternate course to. So please get your course options done as soon as possible to ensure placement in classes. That is it. After this, have a quick look at the My Blueprint tutorial. There's some important information in there, as well as the timeline sheets that I've sent. So I've sent you the course offerings, so it lists all the courses available, and the timeline sheets that show when My Blueprint is open, when it closes, and how to connect with your counselor. You can connect with your counselor at any time through an appointment or an email, but also there'll be drop-ins at lunch hour, 3 Thursdays in a row. We will have an hour drop-in that you can link directly to your counselor. If you have a quick question about course selections, you can ask her at that time. Okay, I hope you have a great day, and please continue to watch the other videos.